Hello everyone. Welcome to Seasoned and Smart. My name is Marge DiVirgilio and I'm a program manager in the home care department. Today we're going to talk about My Life, My Health, and we have Dot McKeen with us. Welcome, Dot.
Thank you so much.
And Dot is My Life, My Health leader. We'll talk about that. GLSS has been offering this program, this workshop, for about 4 years. And we're so happy that we have a connection with North Shore Medical Center. Makes things much nicer.
It is.
I gave you your title. We said My Life, My Health leader. But we have about, I think we have about 6 or so of these workshops, and we're excited to have you with us to share your insights about the workshops. Tell us about yourself, what you do at North Shore Medical Center, and how you got started in My Life, My Health.
Okay. Well, I have many different jobs at North Shore Medical Center.
Good.
I work as administrative assistant to the pastoral care department.
Oh, good.
But also I'm a yoga and Pilates instructor and a fibromyalgia support group leader with the Wellness and Healing, Wellness and Integrative Medicine Department, also at North Shore Medical Center.
Boy, you're busy.
Yes.
Wow, yes, you are busy.
Exactly.
We're going to have some graphics. They'll be up on the screen of the workshop and some general information about everything. So, also it mentions North Shore Medical Center. That's you. So you are an administrative assistant. Is that the full-time position? Or
that's a part-time position.
Part-time position,
yes.
And all the others come under?
Part-time,
wow.
and those are part-time also.
That keeps you busy.
It certainly
yes,
does.
It does.
It certainly does.
I know that the Executive Office of Elder Affairs and the Massachusetts Department of Public Health have received federal and other organizational funding to promote this program, because I think they've seen that it's so positive and the outcomes are really important, and it helps people stay well.
Absolutely.
We're going to have a video. I think it's going to be about 5 minutes. So we'll watch the video with everybody else.
Health for a Lifetime, brought to you by the National Council on Aging.
Well, I have emphysema, and I also have osteoporosis.
I have kidney disease, arthritis.
I need help. I can't do it by myself.
High blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes. Today, 4 out of 5 older adults are living with long-term health problems. As many as half are juggling 3, 4, even 5 conditions at the same time. The high cost of long-term illness consumes a staggering 95% of all senior health care spending. And too many older adults find that their health problems interfere with the relationships and activities they love the most.
In my church, I'm a greeter, an usher, and I'm a prayer warrior. I must stand. Well, I'll tell you, it was the hardest for me to do that. And I began to dread Sundays.
For people with long-term health conditions, 95% of their care is actually self-care. And patients and physicians agree that the traditional office visit can't provide all the support they need.
The real challenge is getting people to change their behaviors. And changing behaviors does not happen in a 20-minute, 15-minute office visit. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of repetition, and a lot of support. It actually takes a village.
The solution? Community-based workshops called Chronic Disease Self-Management Programs. Participants get encouragement from each other and practical advice on living better with their conditions.
I wanted to know, how do you manage this? How do you manage blood pressure? What are the things I should not eat, and what are the things I should eat?
These workshops and others, like Matter of Balance, Healthy Ideas, and Enhanced Fitness, are credible research-backed programs that help older adults put life back in their lives.
People with chronic illness live more than 99% of their time outside of the healthcare system. And what we're trying to help them do is live that 99% of the time. We're not doing diagnosis, we're not doing treatment. We're helping them get on with their lives in the face of chronic illness.
Workshops meet once a week for 6 weeks. The meetings are interactive, include people with many different conditions, and are run by trained peer leaders or coaches.
I think it is very good to use lay leaders because many of them have chronic diseases themselves and can relate to the same things that the people in the class are talking about.
So what we try to do is get people to set weekly goals of something they would like to do. and that they really think they can do. So it may be walking a little bit. It may be writing a letter to a friend. It may be eating one more apple a day. Little things.
We set our goals and then we tried to do it, and I increased my exercises from 5 minutes a day, and I got up to 15 minutes a day, and I felt I was doing well.
Here, older adults build their coping skills by creating realistic weekly action plans for diet and exercise.
Walk in a mall. Walk in a mall.
Building self-confidence.
I'm glad that you did do it.
Learning self-care and communication skills, and finding a supportive community.
And this way, I knew the people and felt they were my friends, and I could discuss it more openly.
It was the help of others that made me say, I can do this.
One of the surprises was how much we have grown to learn and love the program. Everyone who participates on a class leader level always ends up coming back talking about the sheer joy, and it's that, happy people feeling.
Chronic disease self-management programs deliver real-life results for older adults and a tested, cost-effective option for healthcare providers.
We see these improved results at 6 months, at 1 year, and at 2 years, still making a difference in people's lives. It's also appears to lead to reduced use of the emergency room, in some cases reduced use of inpatient stays.
I think the most important part was that the participant came into realization that they have the responsibility to take care of their own health. And there's not only the doctor or somebody else that have to take care of their health.
I've changed quite a bit from how I behaved before. And after the class, I'm able to manage my disease.
By the end of the program, I would run in here, and the end of I said, I can do it. Let me tell you what happened to me. I said, I'm standing, I'm walking, I'm enjoying it, and I said, people are noticing the change in me. Welcome to Central Baptist. And honestly, people began to notice. They go, Bernice, you're still standing.
I have more energy. There's no doubt about it. I really more energy. I feel as though I'm standing straighter. I feel as though my posture's better. I just feel good.
Health for a Lifetime, brought to you by the National Council on Aging. Support for this video was generously provided through grants from the Atlantic Philanthropies and the Administration on Aging.
Hello everyone, we're back. I wanted to ask you, Dot, why does North Shore Medical Center find this program helping so many people?
It's a wonderful program, and what happened is I went through the Train the Trainer program with Susan and Muriel, and when I went through that program, I said, because I have fibromyalgia, I said, this is a great program for my support group members and also anybody with a chronic illness and so forth. So there were meetings afterwards with Julie Katz-Mills, who's our Director of Community Outreach, and Susan, myself, and we looked at the program and we said, you know what, we're a teaching hospital, and this is a perfect teaching opportunity to help with people with chronic illness. So we decided, and they decided that they asked me if I would do it like 2 times a year, which we usually do in October and in spring, like April or May, that we do it twice a year. And it's just been overwhelming.
Isn't this wonderful?
We've been just so happy with the program.
So the patients that come into North Shore Medical Center are very receptive.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, I know you have some stories, because I know people usually come in with the usual chronic conditions of arthritis, diabetes, and back pain, back trouble.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about, you've got some personal stories.
Yeah, I have some personal stories that I'd like to share with the group. One of them is a card that was sent to me after they went through the program. It was a mother and daughter, and this is how it goes. Dear Dot, when I signed up for My Life, My Health, I was at my wit's end. Thanks to all your help, I am so much more healthier. I am walking a half hour 3 times a week.
Wow.
Go to PT. I'm a grateful member in Al-Anon once more. I'm also following Weight Watchers. Wow, she says, I'm taking care of myself.
That's a big
and
one.
also taking care of her daughter, who was also chronically ill at the time. We both learned so much in the group, and she sent us love and peace and love.
Isn't
and
that
thank
great?
you. And it just warms your heart.
Well, it means a lot, because
Yes.
when someone, like we said, we were talking about this, puts it in writing, I think that means a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we had one of our participants in one of the groups was going to have surgery, so she wasn't able to complete the whole program. She went through 4 or 5 of them, so she wasn't able to go to the last one. However, all the people in that group had just had strong bond to her and gave her such hope that she was going to do well. I believe it was like a hip replacement or something of that nature. And while she was recuperating at home, all of the members decided to get a card for her and also send her a fruit basket.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot.
It means a lot, and she sent us back a card too, thanking us for everything that we did as a group. You know, it just makes such an importance when somebody in the group works with everybody else, and you just feel so good.
Is she able to come back to the group?
She didn't come back to the group, but I think she had gone through the group enough to know, and she said that hope was the biggest thing for her.
Well, that is with everything, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's the word to remember, folks, hope.
Yes, exactly.
If we don't have hope, we don't have anything,
that's
do we?
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
The stories mean a lot, because I know people love to hear the stories, and I do too, because that really, I think that touches you when you hear about specific individuals and their story. I love that, so thank you for the stories.
You're welcome.
Our most recent workshop at Union Hospital was co-led with Mo and him from GLSS. He is now going to introduce a video of 2 participants in the group. So we'll have another video.
I'm Mo and him, one of the leaders for GLSS My Life, My Health workshop. Back in October of 2010, I led a group with Dot McKeen. This group was very special to me because it was my first. As a leader, I got to see the many changes that took place in every session. Participants developed a bond with one another, and through the use of brainstorm and discussion, they were able to help one another look for solutions to problems. At the end of the last session, people were so connected with one another that they continued to work together by utilizing the tool they learned. One important tool is the action plan. The following video is an interview with 2 sisters, Sandy and Anne Marie, who were participants in the group at Union Hospital North Shore Medical Center.
This is Anne Marie and Sandy, and we want to thank you for sharing your thoughts about the experience that you had with that workshop. It's really great that you're willing to do this. What kept you coming back? You came to the first session and then you finished all 6, as I recall. What kept you coming back?
Absolutely. I really enjoyed the first session, and I really liked the action plan. And, you know, I liked the what, where, when, and, you know, like it was action specific and achievable goals. And also the following week I was going to be held accountable, so I liked that idea too. So I thought it was very well run.
Yes.
I was very interested to see what the program had to offer, and I found it very inspirational to see people with, who were greatly challenged, much more than I was, and to see the positive attitude that they had.
And I think you were saying earlier too that you had an experience where you found that you were helping somebody else.
Yes, the buddy system was great. Just a call and just to say, how are you doing, probably would encourage them to continue on their action plan and encourage them to do their exercises and so forth.
And I think you said that the person you were working with was having a little difficulty doing this, but you were quietly encouraging her and helping her to move along.
Just call to say hi, how are you doing? And without her knowing that I was trying to encouraging her to proceed to her action plan.
And I'm sure that in the end meant a lot to her too. Were there specific skills that you learned, Sandy, through the workshop that you're using now?
Well, this is a reminder to get back to my exercise, because I used to exercise very faithfully when Denise Austin was on TV, and when she went off TV, and then I went to Florida, I kind of like got away from exercising, so it was like recommitting to exercising. So this reminds me that I have to get back to my exercises and the importance of, you know, walking to, and, you know, and calling people, you know. It helped me to get a support network too.
So you met some new folks. I think you both said that.
Yes,
you met some new folks through the workshop, and you're keeping in touch some?
Yes. The greatest skill I learned from the shop was the breathing exercises, the proper way to do the breathing exercises, and also the meditation, using them to relax, to release stress.
And I think you were saying that the tape that's part of the workshop was a piece of that relaxation. Is that right?
The CD I put on every evening, and I am amazed how quickly that I go to sleep. I love it. It's become an every night thing.
So it's gotten you kind of in a pattern,
It has. It is so relaxing, and like I said, before you know it, I'm fast asleep.
Anything else particular that you found was helpful through the workshop? You've mentioned the action plans, and you mentioned getting sort of back to exercise. And Sandy, was there anything other particular that comes to mind that you might, when you're talking to somebody else, you might say that's something they might get out of the workshop?
Well, I think it's very important to, you know, like I was saying a while ago, call people, and then, you know, it gives your family a break, and you know, get out there and enjoy life, and focus on what you can do instead of what you can't do. So I think a good attitude really, really pays off big time, and you know, like I said, giving your family a break from always expecting them to listen to you, you know.
So as I remember, what you were saying before was this was a safe, comfortable place where you were all sharing with each other, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounded like it was comfortable to be able to do that because everybody had some kind of challenges.
Exactly.
Yes, because normally you don't speak about your ailments to just everybody. So this was done, you know, it was, that's the common thing we had, is a chronic condition. So it was more comfortable to share with others, and that's helpful to each other that way. Yeah.
I love the chapter 7 in the book, which is the exercise chapter, which enabled me to kind of customize an exercise program. So that I found very valuable.
And I think that's what you were saying earlier too, was because as part of the workshop you get the CD, which is the relaxation, but you also get the resource book, and this is what I'm amazed that you know the chapter and verse.
It's a great reference tool.
It really is.
Yes, the book is wonderful, and the CD is absolutely wonderful.
Anything else that you might want to add in terms of your experience or advice to people who are thinking about it, or whatever you might like to add?
Well, I just think it's important to maintain that positive attitude and on what I can do, like I said, and accepting what I have, that my body's only made for so many years. I don't have to do life perfectly. I think I was feeling guilty because there was something wrong with me, you know, or I was thinking there was something wrong with me, that I caused this. So for me, it really, when I let go of that, that was very helpful. Just accepting that, you know, life as it is, sometimes, you know, putting things in perspective. So.
Well, that's great. And how about you, Anne Marie? Anything particular you'd like to add?
I just think the whole program stresses exercise, nutrition, relaxation, stress relieving factors, everything to live healthy, dealing with chronic conditions. So it was a perfect format for me.
Hi everyone, I hope that you enjoyed that. Dot and I were just talking about it, and I think the most important thing with any illness is, first of all, probably acceptance.
Acceptance, absolutely.
And positive attitude.
Absolutely.
And what you said about concentrating on
what you can do and not what you can't do.
That's right. You have to concentrate on the positive stuff, what you can do, and accept what you can't do. That's
exactly.
it. That's it.
And be able to take baby steps.
Baby steps, that's
so that you don't get overwhelmed in the process. Yeah.
I think there's going to be another training, an upcoming workshop, and that's going to be sometime in April, did you say?
Yeah, April 8th.
And those will have that information on the screen for everybody so they can see it. There it is, My Life, My Health. It's going to be April 8th, 1:30 to 4:30. April 8th to May 13th.
Yes.
1:30 to 4.
6 weeks.
And to register, you can call Jan Ferris at Greater Lynn Senior Services. I don't know if you had anything to add about the workshops, how they've affected you personally.
Personally, I think it really has helped me seeing the camaraderie of the group and how everyone was helping each other. We did a lot of brainstorming, and in the brainstorming, people would be so offering all of their coping mechanisms.
Good.
So that others would say, oh, wow, I didn't think of that, you know, so that they were able to do that. So I saw that camaraderie, and I saw how people were reacting to each other and the groups and so forth, you know, and it was all in a confidential, you know, environment too, and so forth. Yeah. So it was just wonderful. And for me, it made me do a healthcare proxy.
Oh, you didn't do one before?
Yes.
Ah, that's very important. Everybody that's in the listening audience,
yes,
get that healthcare proxy done. Yeah.
Yeah. So
people
it made me
kind
think
of
about
slip over those things,
yes.
but I think it's wonderful when people get together, because I always say that 2 heads are better than 1, 5 heads are better than 2, and the more heads together, I think the more things you can think about, and I think it's just great.
Absolutely.
And that gives people the hope and the courage.
Yeah.
You're a leader now, so will you be doing this next group?
I will be doing the next one.
Oh, I see. So
yes,
you're going to be doing that one.
I'll be doing the next one, yep. So
and is it, how many different sessions within that workshop?
There's 6 sessions, and it'll be at the Union Hospital campus.
Oh, very good.
So it's a nice campus. They have the beautiful healing garden in the background.
What's wonderful.
Which is nice,
wonderful.
so people on their breaks can take a walk out there.
And what is it, an hour and a half for the workshop?
2.5 hours.
Oh, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
For each one?
For each one.
session?
For each session.
That's quite a lengthy...
It is. It is.
But you need that, I guess, to get all your information.
Yeah, with all the different topics that they are involved with.
How many folks in a group?
We usually have maybe 10 to maybe 12.
Oh, that's nice.
In a group.
Because it makes it intimate.
Intimate,
enough that you can share your story.
Absolutely.
Because people have to share their story, right?
They do. They have to share the story, and then they have to talk about, you know, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And then with the brainstorming techniques we do and the action plans that we do, there's an accountability there, because every week you have to go in, do your action plan, and say, this is what worked, this is what didn't work, and then ask the group, well, what kinds of things could help me achieve this goal? And there'd be small goals, too.
Very small. I think that's the key. But there are goals.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to set those goals for yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, you can see the card that the lady sent you. That
yes. That really made a big difference.
For both her and her daughter, that's marvelous.
Yes.
Imagine both having to come.
Absolutely. They came together.
How about the ratio of men versus women in the group?
Usually there's more women than men in there, but we have had some men participate in there, and also we've had some caregivers come too, because people that are caregivers can also come with their significant other.
Wonderful.
And be part of the program too.
We got to get the guys involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because, you know, it really makes a difference to be able to let it out and talk about your situation.
Right, right.
And your condition. Because if you hold it all in, it's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
No. So,
you know, and I know women tend to be more open with this.
But I think the guys, it would be really important for the men to come in and join that group. And I think once they start, they would see how beneficial it is to everybody.
Yeah, the men that have gone through it have really enjoyed it.
Oh, sure, of course.
And they've really done a good job with their action plans and so forth, too.
So if you do this group, then you probably won't do a workshop for a while, is that?
Probably not till October.
Very good. Very good. So you get a little rest in between.
Right.
Yeah. That's good. You need that.
Exactly.
Everyone takes a turn.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
right.
takes a turn.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it was wonderful today. We've got some good information to folks out in the community. And, you know, we've got a few more minutes, so I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to add to what we've talked about.
I'm just trying to think. I think the action plan probably is just the most important part of the program, because with an action plan, you set your goal from week to week. So it can be as little as cleaning a closet, or doing an exercise program, or nutrition, you know, diet. It can run, or just how to deal with relationships with family members, and also with your doctors too.
Right.
Because we have a section on talking to your doctor.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, we've covered everything today. I don't think there's anything else that the people could learn about except get involved.
That's right, exactly.
Get involved, call the number, folks, and you'll see a difference in your life. Thanks a lot, Dot.
Thank you so much,
It's been
Marge.
great.
Thank
you.